PowerPoint deck and speech for Series B funding pitch. Slide 1, title. Slide title. Shadow Forge Dynamics, Engineering the Future, One Robot at a Time. Subtitle. A bold vision for industrial automation. Visuals, dramatic image of a VR-098 Devastator in a factory setting. Company logo, a sleek, ominous design resembling a metallic shadow. Slide 2, CEO Introduction. A Dr. Vextortion. Title. Meet the visionary, Dr. Vextortion. Bullet points, background, a self-proclaimed mad scientist turned visionary entrepreneur. Track record, innovator with 2 decades of experience in AI and robotics. Reputation, known for turning bold ideas into disruptive technologies. Vision, to lead the robotics revolution, reshaping industries worldwide. Visuals, a striking photo of Dr. Torsion standing confidently with a VR-098 Devastator prototype. A tagline below, we don't follow trends, we forge them. Speech. Good evening, Madripoor's finest minds and boldest investors. I am Dr. Vextortion, a name that has struck fear into the hearts of inefficiency and monotony. With a PhD in robotics and an unapologetic appetite for disruption, I've spent my career crafting the kind of technologies that make yesterday's giants tremble. Tonight, I present to you not just a vision but a revolution. Slide 3, Company Introduction. A Shadow Forge Dynamics. Title. Who we are, Shadow Forge Dynamics. Bullet points, our mission, to revolutionize industrial automation with a VR-098 Devastator. Competitive edge, cost-effective humanoid robotics tailored for scalability. Capabilities, full control over design, manufacturing, and semiconductors. Facilities, headquartered in Madripoor, with the region's largest robotics factory. Visuals, map showing Madripoor as a robotics hub. Images of VR-098 Devastators in action, assembling, lifting, and interacting. Company motto, outthink, outbuild, outlast. Speech. Shadow Forge Dynamics was born with a singular mission, to dominate the industrial robotics market. We are not just building robots, we are building the future. Our flagship product, the VR-098 Devastator, is more than a machine. It's a workforce multiplier, a productivity powerhouse, and, yes, a relentless competitor to the likes of Tesla Optimus. With full control over our manufacturing and semiconductor technology, Shadow Forge Dynamics is poised to disrupt global markets from our headquarters here in Madripoor. Slide 4, Opening Hook. The future is now. Title. Why Madripoor? Why now? Bullet points, Madripoor, the robotics frontier rapidly emerging as the Silicon Valley of robotics. Strategic location for talent acquisition and global logistics. Robotech factory acquisition. Shadow Forge Dynamics acquired Robotech's state-of-the-art factory. Capacity to produce thousands of humanoid robots monthly. Humanoid robots, a $1 trillion market. 20-hour workdays, 7 days a week. Transforming industries, motorsports, automotive manufacturing, and more. Visuals, a futuristic rendering of the Robotech factory. Infographic showing the exponential growth of humanoid robotics in the global market. Speech. Madripoor is more than just a setting, it's the beating heart of a robotics revolution. When we acquired Robotech's cutting-edge factory, we didn't just inherit machines, we inherited a future-proof engine for change. From here, we will scale the VR-098 Devastator to meet the insatiable global demand for humanoid robots. The world is shifting, and Shadow Forge Dynamics is not just keeping pace here, we're leading the charge. Closing transition to the rest of the pitch. Speech. I've shown you the vision. I've introduced you to the team and the company that will make it happen. Now, let's dive into the numbers, the milestones we've hit, and the lucrative future we're offering you a chance to be part of. Page 2. PowerPoint deck and speech for Series B funding pitch, continued. Slide 5, The Opportunity, a $1 trillion revolution. Title. The opportunity, global demand for humanoid robotics. Bullet points, market shift. The robotics industry is projected to reach $1.5 trillion by 2030. Demand drivers, aging workforce in industrialized nations. Push for 24/7 operational efficiency. Rising need for scalable, cost-effective automation. Our position, Shadow Forge Dynamics is uniquely positioned in Madripoor, the robotics epicenter, with state-of-the-art manufacturing and the VR-098 Devastator leading the charge. Visuals, graph showing the exponential growth of the global robotics market. Comparison chart of VR-098 Devastator versus Tesla Optimus in cost-effectiveness and scalability. Image of a VR-098 Devastator working seamlessly alongside humans in a factory. Speech. The world is at a tipping point. By 2030, automation won't just be a competitive advantage, it will be a necessity. Aging populations are shrinking the labor pool, industries are pushing for round-the-clock operations, and companies are desperate for solutions that deliver both productivity and affordability. That's where Shadow Forge Dynamics comes in. The VR-098 Devastator isn't just a robot, it is the answer to this global demand. Unlike Tesla Optimus, which struggles with affordability at scale, We've engineered the VR-098 to be cost-effective, reliable, and adaptable across industries. And where better to lead this revolution than Madripoor, the Silicon Valley of robotics. Slide 6, VR-098 Devastator. Meet the workforce of the future. Title: VR-098 Devastator, Humanoid Precision, Industrial Power. Bullet points: Advanced capabilities, size, 2.5 meters tall with 40 degrees of freedom for dynamic motion. Sensors, equipped with advanced LiDAR and tactile sensors for real-time environmental adaptation. Versatility, handles tasks from threading a needle to repetitive industrial assembly. Workhorse design, performance, 20 hours of work daily, 7 days a week. Durability, designed for high-stress environments like factories and logistics hubs. Competitive edge, cost-effective, 30% cheaper than Tesla Optimus per unit. Scalable, robust production capacity enabled by Robotech's Madripoor factory. Visuals, exploded diagram of the VR-098, highlighting key features like advanced sensors, servo motors, and energy-efficient components. Video clip of a VR-098 threading a needle, assembling parts, and lifting heavy equipment. Side-by-side comparison of VR-098 Devastator and Tesla Optimus in cost and functionality. Speech. Allow me to introduce you to the VR-098 Devastator, our flagship humanoid robot and the cornerstone of Shadowforge Dynamics. At 2.5 meters tall, with 40 degrees of freedom, it combines precision engineering with raw industrial power. Need a robot to thread a needle? Done. Need one to assemble car components for 20 hours straight? No problem. What sets the VR-098 apart isn't just its capability, so it's the value proposition. Our production process, anchored in our Robotech Madripoor factory, allows us to deliver this technological marvel at 30% less cost than Tesla Optimus. That means companies can scale their automation strategies without breaking the bank. The VR-098 isn't just a robot, it's a revolution in workforce efficiency. And we're not stopping here. With the next generation VR-099 already in development, Shadowforge Dynamics is poised to redefine what's possible in humanoid robotics. Slide 7, Transition to Investment. Task A. Be part of the revolution. Title: Why invest now? Bullet points: Market readiness. Humanoid robotics is entering a period of unprecedented demand. Proven capability: first fleet of VR-098 robots already deployed to commercial clients. Scalability: expansion plans include doubling production every 90 days. Your opportunity: join us as we dominate the robotics market and set a new global standard. Visuals, quote from a leading industry analyst: humanoid robots like the VR-098 will define the next industrial revolution. Infographic showing projected ROI for Series B investors. Speech. This is your opportunity to invest in the future. Shadowforge Dynamics has the technology, the infrastructure, and the vision to lead this trillion-dollar market. With your support, we'll not only meet global demand, we'll define the industry standard. The VR-098 Devastator is ready. Madripoor is ready. The question is, are you ready to join us? Page 3. PowerPoint deck and speech for Series B funding pitch, continued. Slide 11, Robotech's Madripoor factory are the engine room of our revolution. Title: Robotech's Madripoor factory, where robots are born. Bullet points: Acquisition, one of Madripoor's largest industrial facilities. Fully equipped for rapid production scaling. Semiconductor superstars, recruiting the best microchip engineers globally. A magnet for talent who prefer robots over office politics. Cutting-edge tech, partnership with NVIDIA's digital twin technology. Robots learn tasks virtually before hitting the factory floor. Visuals, image of the factory floor with robots and engineers, captioned, where dreams are soldered, and robots are assembled. Diagram showing NVIDIA's digital twin in action. Speech. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Robotech's Madripoor factory, the birthplace of the VR-098 Devastator and, dare I say, the next industrial revolution. We acquired this facility not just because it's bigger, though it's massive, but because it's designed to churn out robots faster than a teenager churning out TikToks. And with NVIDIA's digital twin technology, our robots are learning in virtual environments before they even leave the factory floor. It's like sending your kid to a prestigious prep school but without the tuition fees. And let's talk about recruitment. We're bringing the best semiconductor engineers from around the globe to Madripoor. Why? Because nothing says a dream job like working in a tropical paradise where the robots do the heavy lifting and the engineers get the credit. This factory is not just a facility, it's a symbol. It's where innovation meets ambition, and where Shadowforge Dynamics proves that even robots can have humble beginnings. Before they take over repetitive tasks worldwide. Slide 12, Global Scalability and Expansion Plans. 8 Taking over the world, one robot at a time. Title: Global Scalability, bigger, faster, everywhere. Bullet points: Mega factory in the making, New Madripoor facility under construction with 10x production capacity. Relentless growth, launching a new production building every 90 days. Future focus, development of the VR-099 Devastator optimized for high-volume industrial deployment. Target industries, automotive, motorsports, and industrial manufacturing. Visuals, animated timeline showing new facility launches every 90 days. Sneak peek of VR-099 concept sketch with caption, "The future just got an upgrade." Speech. Now, let's talk about how we scale this vision into a global phenomenon. We're building a new facility in Madripoor that will be 10 times the size of our current factory. Why 10x? Because 9x wasn't ambitious enough. We're also launching new production buildings every 90 days. That's not just scaling at its warp speed. Imagine this, every quarter, another facility goes live, churning out fleets of robots ready to revolutionize industries. It's like watching a blockbuster franchise release sequels on schedule, except our sequels actually deliver. And we're not stopping with the VR-098. The VR-099 Devastator is already in development, designed for high-rate manufacturing and heavy-duty industrial roles. Think of it as the Terminator of industrial automation but without the apocalyptic downsides. Our target industries are equally ambitious: automotive, motorsports, and industrial manufacturing. We're entering markets where efficiency isn't just nice to have, it's the difference between winning and losing. And with our robots, everyone on our side wins. Slide 13, Transition A. Join us for the Robot Revolution title. Why Shadow Forge Dynamics? Bullet points, first mover advantage, dominating humanoid robotics in Madripoor and beyond. Unmatched scale, doubling production every 90 days. The future is now. VR-099 is the next big step in automation. Visuals, image of VR-098 holding a join us banner with a cheeky grin. World map with Madripoor as the epicenter of robotic innovation. Speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadow Forge Dynamics isn't just building robots, we're building the future. Our facilities are expanding at a breakneck pace, our robots are more efficient than any workforce in history, and our vision is unstoppable. This is your chance to join USAN not just as investors, but as co-pilots in a revolution. Together, we'll reshape industries, create new markets, and ensure that Madripoor becomes the global hub of humanoid robotics. So, are you ready to be part of history? Or, as our robots might say, a system ready, let's execute. Page 4. Slide 14, Market Positioning at the Battle of the Bots title. How the VR-098 Devastator stacks up. Bullet points, the competition, Tesla Optimus, expensive and slow to scale. iBot, a budget option with questionable reliability. I think discount robot that requires a return policy. Pluto Robotics, great at niche roles but lacks industrial versatility. Shadow Forge's unique value, cost-effective, affordable humanoid robots without cutting corners because nobody likes a cheap robot with expensive problems. Efficient, works 20 hours a day, 7 days a week or better than your average intern. Adaptable, precision tasks, industrial roles, and even the occasional ability to thread a needle. Visuals, comparative chart showing Tesla Optimus priced high, iBot breaking down in tests, and VR-098 dominating with balance. Humorous graphic, a boxing ring with VR-098 squaring off against Tesla Optimus and iBot, captioned David beats Goliath. And his clumsy sidekick. Speech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's address the robo-elephant in the room, the competition. Tesla Optimus may have Musk's name, but their price tag? It's designed for Fortune 500 companies, not real-world industries. Then there's iBot, great if you want your robot to reboot itself mid-task. And Pluto? Amazing for specialized roles, like flipping pancakes, but it struggles when the pancakes get too fancy. Our VR-098 Devastator, on the other hand, combines affordability, efficiency, and versatility. It's like the Swiss Army knife of humanoid robots, but instead of opening bottles, it opens doors to new possibilities. We're not just another player in this space, we're rewriting the rules. When industry leaders choose Shadow Forge Dynamics, they're not just getting a robot, they're getting a workforce revolution. Slide 15, Economic and Social Impact. Our Revolution Beyond Robots title. Why the VR-098 Devastator is good for business and better for society. Bullet points, job creation, hiring elite engineers worldwide to power innovation in Madripoor. Workforce augmentation, robots handle repetitive tasks, leaving humans to focus on strategic, creative, and leadership roles. Economic benefits, cost savings for industries lead to greater economic growth and efficiency. Social impact, humanoid robots lower costs for industries, benefiting global communities through affordable goods and services. Visuals, graph, projected job creation and economic uplift in Madripoor. Image of VR-098 handshaking with a human worker, captioned, Partners in Progress. Speech. Now, let's talk about something that's more than just profit margins or impact. When we say Shadow Forge Dynamics creates jobs, we mean it. We're recruiting the best engineers from around the globe, bringing them to Madripoor, and giving them the tools to build tomorrow's workforce. But it's not just about jobs, though, it's about making work better. With the VR-098 Devastator taking over repetitive, soul-sucking tasks, humans can focus on creativity, strategy, and, let's be honest, longer coffee breaks. And for our industrial partners, the economic benefits are massive. Lower costs mean higher output, and higher output means more affordable products and services for everyone. The result? A stronger global economy. Or, as we like to call it, win-win-win. Plus, let's not forget the social impact. Imagine a world where robots do the heavy lifting, industries thrive, and people enjoy goods that are affordable without compromising quality. That's not sci-fi, it's the Shadow Forge vision. Slide 16, Transition A. Let's build the future together title. The opportunity awaits. Bullet points: first mover advantage in Madripoor and beyond. Tangible impact on industries and society. A chance to invest in the next big thing. Visuals: VR-098 waving with a Let's Build Together banner. Speech: Ladies and gentlemen, the VR-098 isn't just a robot, it's a game changer. Shadow Forge Dynamics isn't just a companion, it's the future. This is your chance to be part of something revolutionary. Let's build the next chapter of industrial and social progress together. And if that's not enough to convince you, just remember, the robots will remember who supported them early on. Choose wisely. Page 5. PowerPoint speech for Series B funding pitch, focusing on financial metrics and ROI for investors, with humor infused. Slide 17, Financial metrics say your investment, our growth title. The numbers that matter. Let's talk metrics. Bullet points: production capacity, scaling from hundreds to thousands of units per month by 2026. Think of it like getting into a Lamborghini first. We'll get you to the starting line, then we'll floor it. Market penetration, 35% market share in industrial humanoid robotics by 2026. It's not just a goal, it's a mission to dominate like a robot at a chess match. Revenue projections, multi-million-dollar contracts already secured, including the first fleet delivery. The kind of revenue that makes investors think, this is what I've been waiting for. Visuals: infographic showing scaling production capacity from hundreds to thousands of units. Graph of projected market share, with Shadow Forge leading the pack. Chart of secured contracts and revenue projections with a countdown to the first fleet delivery. Speech: Let's talk numbers, are the stuff that keeps investors up at night and makes accountants smile. We're scaling production capacity from hundreds to thousands of units a month by 2026. And unlike the tech startups that promise a growth but deliver a startup energy drinks, we're talking real, sustainable growth, like turning a tiny coffee shop into a global chain. We're not stopping there. By 2026, we aim to capture 35% of the industrial humanoid robotics market. Think of it as the robot equivalent of taking over Silicon Valley, but with fewer hip clothes and more precision engineering. And, the revenue? Oh, it's not just a trickle, it's a flood of multi-million-dollar contracts already in the bag, including the first fleet delivery. When we said secure, we meant it. We're talking numbers that make accountants look like superheroes. Slide 18, ROI for investors, a more than just numbers title. The payoff: a strong returns and a global future. Bullet points: return on investment, ROI, projected IRR, 18 to 22% ROI that rivals even your most optimistic stock picks, without the roller coaster ride. Exit strategy: exit via acquisition by a global tech giant or IPO by 2028. That means you could be sitting pretty with cash in hand or a robot army of your own before you know it. Visuals: a bar chart showing projected IRR of 18 to 22%. A timeline of the projected exit strategy, IPO or acquisition, with a fun, futuristic graphic of a robot shaking hands with a tech giant CEO. Speech: Okay, now we get to the fun part, how you're going to make money off of this. We're forecasting a strong IRR of 18 to 22%, which is as sweet as finding a hidden treasure chest filled with gold bars. And our exit strategy? We've got two glorious paths: acquisition by a global tech giant or IPO by 2028. So whether you prefer a check from Apple or a ticket to the public markets, we've got you covered. Either way, you'll be high-fiving your robot buddy and counting your returns. This isn't just some startup with a hopeful numbers. This is a carefully planned and calculated strategy for success. You invest now, and you're not just backing a robot companion, you're backing the future. Slide 19, Conclusion: A let's get this robot revolution started title. Your move, investors. Bullet points: secure your spot in the robotics revolution. Join us in transforming industries, economies, and the future. The VR-098 Devastator is ready to work. Are you ready to invest? Visuals: a final image of the VR-098 standing tall in a cityscape, symbolizing the future of work and industry. Humorous image of a robot handing a check to an investor with the text, "Your future, sorted." Speech. To wrap it up, this is your chance to invest in a company that's not just about robots, but about reshaping entire industries and economies. The VR-098 is ready to work. Now, the question is, are you ready to invest? Let's take this robot revolution to the next level, together. And don't worry when you join us, we promise the robots won't take over your job. Unless you really want them to. Page 6. Slide. Conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen of Madripoor, the moment has arrived. We've taken a deep dive into the mechanics, the metrics, and the marvel that is the VR-098 Devastator. Now, it's time to zoom out and see the big picture. Slide title. The future is here, and it's humanoid. Madripoor's VR-098 Devastator isn't just a robot. It's a revolution. It's the answer to every industrial bottleneck, every scalability challenge, and let's be honest, to every CEO's dream of cutting costs without cutting corners. We're not just setting the bar for humanoid robotics, we're launching it into orbit. By 2025, Shadowforge Dynamics will be synonymous with industrial innovation. That's not just a bold claim, it's a strategic inevitability. Slide title. Why Shadowforge Dynamics? Let's recap. Why should you invest? Because we're the Goldilocks of the robotics market, just the right mix of cutting-edge technology, ironclad market strategy, and financial discipline. Add to that our aggressive expansion plans, and you're looking at a company that's not just riding the wave of change, here we're building the tsunami. And if you're not on board, well, let's just say you'll be watching from the shore as this ship sails into uncharted profitability. Slide title. Join us in leading the revolution. Madripoor, you have the chance to own a piece of history. The VR-098 Devastator isn't just a product, it's the cornerstone of an empire. The question isn't, will Shadowforge Dynamics succeed? The question is, how big will it get, and how quickly will you wish you had invested more? Add a touch of humor to seal the deal. Let me leave you with this. You know that famous Madripoor proverb, he who hesitates misses the fastest elevator to the top? Well, folks, consider this pitch your elevator call. Except our elevator doesn't just go to the top, it builds the whole skyscraper along the way. And if you invest with us, you're getting a penthouse view for life. Closing slide. Together, we build the future. So, venture capitalists of Madripoor, are you ready to partner with the future? Because Shadowforge Dynamics is ready to deliver it. Let's make history together, one humanoid robot at a time. Thank you, and I'll see you on the cutting edge of success. Pause for applause and prepare to answer questions with a grin. Page 7. Q&A section, addressing private equity partners in Madripoor. Slide title, Solving Real Problems with Shadowforge Dynamics. 1. What problem are you solving? Great question, and one we're thrilled to answer. At Shadowforge Dynamics, we are solving a triple-pronged problem that is reshaping industries globally. First, there's the ever-growing challenge of labor shortages in critical sectors. Industries like manufacturing, automotive, and logistics are facing an uphill battle to meet demand with fewer hands on deck. Human workers are burning out from repetitive tasks, and companies are struggling to scale efficiently. Second, we're addressing inefficiencies in industrial automation. Traditional robots are either too specialized or prohibitively expensive, with limited flexibility in adapting to the rapidly changing needs of the global economy. Tesla Optimus and other competitors are great in theory, but they've yet to deliver scalability at a practical price point for small to mid-sized players in the market. And finally, let's talk about sustainability. Industries worldwide are under immense pressure to lower operating costs and optimize energy use while maintaining productivity. Existing solutions are expensive energy hogs, and companies need a cost-effective, scalable alternative to meet the demands of tomorrow. 2. What is your solution and how does it address the problem? This is where the VR-098 Devastator comes in. Picture a humanoid robot with the intelligence of a supercomputer, the dexterity to thread a needle, and the muscle to lift industrial loads, all without taking a coffee break. The VR-098 Devastator is the answer to inefficient automation, labor shortages, and unsustainable cost structures. Our robots are equipped with advanced sensors, 40 degrees of freedom, and cutting-edge AI software that can adapt to both precision tasks, like microassembly, and heavy-duty industrial applications. Need it to handle automotive welding? Done. Need it to box product in a warehouse? Easy. The best part? All of this functionality comes at a fraction of the cost of our competitors. But here's the real kicker: our collaboration with NVIDIA's digital twin technology means our robots are not just machines, they're constantly learning and evolving. This reduces downtime, increases adaptability, and creates a seamless transition for our customers. We're not just replacing human workers, we're augmenting them. While VR-098 Devastators handle repetitive tasks, human employees can focus on creative, strategic roles. It's not man or machine, it's man and machine working in harmony. 3. Who is your target market, and what is the size of the market? Let's talk targets. Our primary market consists of large-scale industrial players, automotive manufacturers, motorsport giants, logistics providers, and semiconductor fabs. Think Ford, DHL, Nvidia, and Larry Jeffers race cars, among others. These industries are ripe for disruption, with a combined annual robotics investment potential exceeding $200 billion globally by 2030. But that's just the starting point. We're also targeting medium-sized enterprises, companies that traditionally couldn't afford high-end robotics solutions. With the VR-098 Devastator, we're making automation accessible, scalable, and practical for these players. Imagine a family-owned parts supplier in Madripoor being able to compete with multinational giants because they've got an affordable robot workforce running 24/7. As for market size, by 2026, the humanoid robotics industry alone is projected to hit $35 billion annually. And we're aiming for a significant chunk of that, to about 35% market share. Factor in adjacent industries like logistics and semiconductors, and the potential is staggering. Our scalable manufacturing model, starting with a Robotech factory acquisition, positions us to meet this demand head-on, while maintaining the speed and quality our customers expect. Closing to Q&A section. To sum it up, Shadowforge Dynamics isn't just addressing a problem, we're shaping the solution. We're solving labor shortages, redefining automation, and empowering businesses of all sizes to thrive in a competitive global economy. With the VR-098 Devastator, we're not just entering a market, we're commanding it. Now, I know what you're thinking: when can we start, and how soon can I see returns? Let's dive into more specifics about our roadmap and your role in revolutionizing the future of work. Pause, smile confidently, and prepare for follow-up questions. Q&A section: business model, competitors, and go-to-market strategy. Slide title: a model for dominance and profit. 4. What is your business model and how do you plan to make money? The billion-dollar questioner, and lucky for you, we've got a billion-dollar answer. At Shadowforge Dynamics, we're following a razor and blades model: sell the robots at a competitive price, and keep the revenue flowing with high-margin software upgrades, maintenance packages, and cloud-based analytics. For the VR-098 Devastator, the initial cost is affordable enough to compete with traditional automation tools while delivering premium value. But here's where we flip the script: the Devastator's real magic lies in its modularity. Industries can customize their robots with specialized skill packs tailored to specific needs. Think of it like DLC for a video game, but instead of unlocking a new map, you're unlocking the ability to assemble a microchip or run a NASCAR pit crew. We make the hardware accessible, and the upgrades irresistible. Let's not forget recurring revenue. Customers subscribe to our cloud-based ForgeNet platform, which provides real-time diagnostics, AI updates, and predictive maintenance. ForgeNet is like your robot's brain on Wi-Fi steroids. It's why our robots don't just get smarter over time, they keep making us money. And here's a fun stat for you: in our pilot programs, 80% of customers opted into our premium ForgeNet package. The other 20%? Well, let's just say they called us back after their robot forgot how to juggle industrial pallets. Lesson learned, right? Slide title: crushing the competition with style. 5. Who are your competitors and what differentiates you from them? When it comes to competitors, we don't just acknowledge them, we analyze them like a villain sizing up their hero. You've got Tesla Optimus over there, looking all sleek and shiny, but let's be honest, they're pricing themselves out of reach for 90% of businesses. Then there's Abot and Pudo Robotics, who are so focused on low costs that their robots struggle to tie their own wires, let alone perform precision tasks. The VR-098 Devastator, on the other hand, is the perfect balance of cost, capability, and charisma. Yes, charisma, because who doesn't love a robot that can assemble a car and win a staring contest in the same afternoon? Our biggest differentiator is scalability. Tesla's Optimus is an excellent concept but nowhere near ready for mass production. We're already there, thanks to our Robotech factory in Madripoor. Add in our Nvidia-backed AI, and we're training robots faster than Optimus can charge its batteries. Plus, our modular upgrades mean that industries can evolve alongside our robots, making us a smarter investment in every sense of the word. And let's not forget our secret weapon, Madripoor itself. We're headquartered in the most innovative, resourceful, and, let's face it, exciting place in the world. The gritty charm of the city keeps us sharp, agile, and ahead of the curve. As the old saying goes, if you can make it here, you're probably in Shadowforge Dynamics. Slide title: strategy that sticks. A go-to-market plan. 6. What is your go-to-market strategy? Now, how do we conquer the market, you ask? Simple, with a three-pronged attack worthy of any villain's master planner except, for the good of humanity. First, we're starting with key industries that are practically begging for automation: automotive, logistics, and manufacturing. Our pilot programs with major players like Nvidia and Ford give us not just revenue but credibility. And once word spreads that the VR-098 Devastator can reduce costs by 30% while doubling efficiency, there's no going back. Second, we're leveraging the power of partnerships. Madripoor's reputation as the rising Silicon Valley of robotics gives us access to global talent, while our collaborations with Nvidia and Larry Jeffers' race cars keep us plugged into high-profile sectors. These partnerships are not just strategic, they're practically free advertising. Who wouldn't want to buy the robot that built half of Madripoor's skyline? Finally, we're hitting the mid-market. This is where the real growth lies. By offering affordable, scalable solutions, we're democratizing access to humanoid robotics. We'll dominate the industries that Tesla and Abbott overlook, building a loyal customer base that sees Shadowforge Dynamics as not just a provider but a partner. And, just to add a little humor, our robots don't just work hard, they work smart. One of our engineers joked that if the Devastator ever ran for office in Madripoor, it'd win by a landslide. I mean, think about it, it's reliable, efficient, and never tweets anything embarrassing. The perfect candidate, right? Closing to Q&A section. So, to recap, our business model ensures consistent revenue, our competition doesn't stand a chance, and our go-to-market strategy is as efficient as the robots we build. Shadowforge Dynamics isn't just selling robots, we're selling the future. And as private equity partners, you're not just funding a company, you're backing a revolution. Questions? Smile confidently, lean in slightly, and get ready to dazzle with follow-up insights. Q&A section, milestones, team, and financial projections. 7. What are your key milestones and timeline for achieving them? Milestones. Let's just say we've got enough of them to pave the road to Madripoor's skyline. Q1 2025, full-scale production ramp-up of the VR-098 Devastator in Madripoor's Robotech factory. We're talking about cranking out robots faster than Tesla cranks out excuses for delayed Cybertrucks. Q3 2025, achieve 1,000 unit sales milestone. Why 1,000, you ask? Because anything less isn't a milestone, it's a speed bump. 2026, launch the VR-099 Devastator, a bigger, badder version of its predecessor, optimized for high-volume industrial operations. Think of it as the Hulk to VR-098's Captain America, still a hero, but with more smash per second. 2028, IPO or acquisition by a global tech giant. By then, Shadowforge Dynamics will be less of a company and more of a household name, you assuming your household is run by robots. We're not just meeting these milestones, we're leapfrogging them. And we've got Nvidia and Madripoor's finest engineers pushing the accelerator. So, buckle up, it's going to be a ride. 8. Who is your team and what are their relevant experiences? The team are because behind every great robot is an even greater group of humans. And let me assure you, we've assembled a dream team that could turn even a toaster into a world-class sprinter. Leading the charge is Dr. Lynn Kane, our CEO and visionary. She's the Steve Jobs of humanoid robotics, minus the turtleneck. Her PhD from MIT focused on AI-driven manufacturing, and her previous startup was acquired by Google for a figure so big, even her calculator blushed. Then there's our CTO, Rajiv Patel, who once designed AI systems for the Mars rover. If he can build robots for Mars, imagine what he can do for a place like Madripoor, which, let's be honest, sometimes feels like another planet entirely. Our COO, Evelyn Dan, came from a decade at Toyota's Global Automation division. She doesn't just know supply chains, she dreams in assembly lines. Rumor has it she once optimized our coffee routine to save 3 seconds every morning. And rounding it out, we've got Marcus Forge Khan, the head of our robotics design team. He's a Madripoor local and a mechanical engineering genius. Plus, he's the only person I know who can explain quantum mechanics and rebuild a carburetor at the same time. Truly a renaissance man. In short, our team is a blend of Silicon Valley brains and Madripoor hustle. They don't just make robots, so they make history. 9. What is your financial projection and funding requirements? Alright, let's talk numbers. And don't worry, I won't make you do the math. We've already crunched the numbers for you. Revenue projections. By 2026, we anticipate $150 million in annual revenue, with multi-million-dollar contracts already in the pipeline. Ford and Nvidia have placed orders for our robots, and word on the street is that they're ready to double down. Profit margins. With a gross margin of 60%, Shadowforge Dynamics isn't just profitable, it's thriving. Funding requirements. We're seeking $50 million in growth capital to expand production, enhance R&D, and accelerate our go-to-market strategy. Think of it as fueling a rocket that's already halfway to the moon. What's in it for you? A robust ROI of 18 to 22% by 2028, plus the bragging rights of having backed the most exciting company in Madripoor. And let's not forget the exit strategy, whether it's an IPO or acquisition by a tech giant. you'll be cashing out faster than you can say a robot revolution. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, your investment will be in good hands. We've got a debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, of 2.15, meaning we're more than equipped to handle financial bumps. And with an NPV of $5.8 million and a loan-to-value, LTV, ratio of 70%, this isn't just a safe bet, it's a winning one. Closing to Q&A section. So, to sum it up, we've got a clear roadmap, a team of legends, and financial projections that could make even the most cautious investor crack a smile. Shadowforge Dynamics isn't just a companion, it's a movement. And with your backing, we'll make sure the future doesn't just arrive here, it thrives. Now, who's ready to join us on this journey? Because trust me, you don't want to be the only one in Madripoor without a Devastator on your payroll or your portfolio. Smile confidently, pause for applause, and prepare for the handshake deals. Q&A section, valuation, debt metrics, and occupancy strategy. 10. What is your current valuation and how did you arrive at it? The millionaire, or should I say, multi-millionaire dollar question. What's our valuation? Let me put it this way, if Shadowforge Dynamics were on the stock market today, we'd have traders lined up like it's Black Friday at a Madripoor gadget shop. Current valuation, $250 million. How did we get there? Well, not by throwing darts at a board, I can promise you that. Our valuation is grounded in our current assets, existing contracts, and projected market dominance. Here's the math, multi-million-dollar deals with global giants like Ford and Nvidia? Check. Cutting-edge IP that makes Tesla Optimus look like a slightly smarter Roomba? Double check. A growth trajectory that's more rocket launch than stair-step? Absolutely. We also benchmarked against competitors like Abot and Pudo Robotics. Their valuations are in the same ballpark, but unlike them, we actually have scalable production in place here, not just flashy prototypes and PowerPoint dreams. Let's be real, in Madripoor, flashy without substance doesn't cut it. Our valuation is as real as the Devastator's titanium alloy skeleton. 11. What is your debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, and why is it important? The DSCR. 3 letters that make accountants giddy and investors breathe a sigh of relief. Our DSCR is 2.15. What does that mean in plain Madripoor street talk? For every dollar we owe, we're generating more than $2 to cover it. That's like running a race where you've already lapped the competition before they even put on their sneakers. Here's why this matters. A strong DSCR shows we're not just surviving, we're thriving. It proves we can handle debt responsibly, fund expansion, and still sleep soundly at night without worrying about collectors knocking on our doors. In short, our financial house isn't just in order, it's got bulletproof windows and a shiny new coat of paint. And let's not forget the bigger picture. A high DSCR gives us flexibility to secure additional funding if needed. It's like having a high-limit credit card but being responsible enough to only use it for emergencies, or like bulk ordering titanium for the next Devastator run. 12. What is your occupancy rate and how do you plan to improve it? Currently, our facility's occupancy rate is 79%. Not bad, right? But let's be honest, Shadowforge doesn't do a not bad. We're aiming for a absolutely phenomenal. Now, some of you might be thinking, a 79% sounds low. Is there a problem? Let me reassure you, that 21% vacancy isn't wasted space here, it's untapped potential. Think of it like a high-performance engine idling, waiting for the green light. And we're about to hit the gas pedal. Our plan to improve occupancy, scaling production, with demand for VR-098 Devastator skyrocketing, we're bringing in additional robotics lines faster than a Madripoor street vendor can sell knockoff Rolexes. Every square foot of unused space will be humming with activity. Talent recruitment. Our collaboration with Madripoor's top universities and global engineering hubs ensures that we'll fill those desks, labs, and workstations with world-class talent. Soon, the only vacancy left will be the seat of anyone who hesitates to invest today. Future expansion. Remember that 21% vacancy? That's reserved for the VR-099 rollout. By 2026, it'll be filled to capacity with robots being built for high-volume industrial deployments. If you thought the VR-098 was impressive, wait until its big brother hits the scene. Here's the kicker, improving occupancy isn't just about filling space here, it's about maximizing efficiency and profits. Every percentage increase in occupancy directly boosts our NOI, net operating income, and that means a bigger return for you, our investors. Closing to Q&A section. So, to recap, we're valued at $250 million because we deliver results, not promises. Our DSCR is a rock-solid 2.15, proving we're as financially stable as Madripoor's iconic iron bridge. And our occupancy rate? Consider it a glass 79% full, with plans to overflow. In short, Shadowforge Dynamics is a well-oiled machine with room to grow and profits to deliver. Now, who's ready to stake their claim in the future of robotics? Smile, pause for dramatic effect, and await the enthusiastic nods of approval from the investors. Cue a session, Shadow Forge Dynamics, Valuation, Debt Metrics, and Occupancy Rate. 10. What is your current valuation, and how did you arrive at it? The question everyone wants to ask but is too polite to start with, how much is Shadow Forge Dynamics worth? Well, let me save you the suspense. We're valued at robust $250 million. Now, how did we arrive at that? It wasn't through wishful thinking, board, or, dare I say, some of the creative accounting techniques you hear about down at Madripoor's docks. Here's the breakdown. Existing assets, our 257,347 square foot facility isn't just a factory, it's a fortress of innovation. From cutting-edge production lines to NVIDIA-powered digital twins, every square foot screams value. Revenue streams, we've already inked multi-million-dollar contracts with global industry titans. These aren't handshake deals, they're ironclad agreements. Ford doesn't play games when it comes to supply chains, and neither do we. IP and tech, our proprietary technology, from the VR-098 Devastator to the upcoming VR-099 series, places us light years ahead of competitors. Competitors? Let's just say if robotics were a race, they're still looking for the starting line. Our valuation is grounded in market realities, future growth potential, and actual deliverables. To put it another way, Shadow Forge is priced not just to sell, but to win. And we're taking the trophy, folks. 11. What is your debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, and why is it important? The DSCR, it's the investor's litmus test. It's like the heartbeat of a business. Steady and strong means we're healthy, erratic and weak means, well, let's not go there. Ours is a healthy 2.15. What does that mean in human terms? For every dollar debt obligation, we generate over $2 of income to cover it. Think of us like Madripoor's iconic iron bridge. The DSCR ensures we've got not just the structural integrity to withstand financial storms, but also the flexibility to carry a few more trucks full of cash when opportunities arise. Investors love to hear that, right? Why it matters, flexibility. A DSCR this strong means we can secure additional funding if needed. We've got breathing room, and when you're scaling robotics on a global level, you need that kind of buffer. Reliability, it tells you we're not just stable, we're thriving. Shadow Forge isn't scraping by, we're setting the standard. And hey, if someone wants to bet on a DSCR under 1.0, that's fine. But we're not here to gamble. We're here to build. 12. What is your occupancy rate, and how do you plan to improve it? Currently, our facility operates at a 79% occupancy rate. Now, I know what you're thinking, what about that 21%? Is it a problem? Absolutely not. It's an opportunity, an open invitation for growth, like an extra seat to the investor's table. But don't worry, that seat is filling fast. Our strategy to hit 100% occupancy is threefold: scaling up. With demand for the VR-098 and future VR-099 units exploding, we'll be doubling production lines faster than a street vendor doubling prices during a Madripoor festival. Talent recruitment. We're working closely with global universities and Madripoor's own tech hubs to bring in the best minds. That means engineers, developers, and specialists to fill every corner of that facility. By the end of the year, the only vacancy will be the coffee machine because our staff will be too efficient to need it. Expansion projects. That 21%? It's being reserved for the next phase, high-volume production of the VR-099 Devastator. By 2026, we'll not only hit full capacity but likely be scouting for a second factory. Maybe we should just buy the block next door and call it a day? Closing thoughts. So, let's recap. Shadow Forge Dynamics is valued at $250 million because we've built an empire of robotics, not a pipe dream. Our DSCR of 2.15 shows we're as financially stable as Madripoor's iron bridge on its best day. And as for occupancy? 79% today, but with a growth plan that'll make sure that 21% is filled before you can even blink. In short, we've built the foundation. Now we're inviting you to build the future with us. Let's turn those open opportunities into closed deals together. Smile, pause for questions, and let the investors feel the weight of their next great decision. Cue a session, Shadow Forge Dynamics, Leases, Property Condition, Risks, and Exit Strategy. 13. What is your strategy for increasing rental income as leases renew? The timeless landlord question, how do we get more for the same space without looking like we're twirling our mustaches? The answer is simply value creation. At Shadow Forge Dynamics, we're not just renewing leases, we're renewing possibilities. Here's how we do it, adding value. Every square foot of our property is engineered for innovation. By introducing upgrades like modular workspaces, improved robotics assembly lines, and even AI-assisted layouts, we make our spaces worth the premium. Indexing to performance. We plan to tie lease renewals to the performance growth of our tenants. If their revenue jumps thanks to the VR-098 Devastator, shouldn't we celebrate by sharing in that success? Think of it as a win-win handshake here Madripoor style, of course. Custom offerings. Tenants will have the option to lease additional amenities, like exclusive access to robot testing labs or NVIDIA-powered digital twins for their operations. And trust me, when they see what these perks do for their productivity, they'll be calling us to negotiate a higher rent. In short, we're not just raising rents. We're raising the stakes for what a lease in Madripoor can deliver. 14. What is your plan for maintaining or improving the property condition? Maintaining property condition? That's a no-brainer. But improving it? Now that's where things get interesting. At Shadow Forge, we believe our property should be like fine Madripoor whiskey, it gets better with age. The plan, proactive maintenance. We're not waiting for problems to arise. With our sensors and predictive analytics, we'll know when a bolt is about to loosen before it even knows itself. Think of it as maintenance with psychic powers. Green upgrades. We're introducing eco-friendly upgrades like solar panels and energy-efficient vac systems. Not only does this reduce operational costs, but it also makes Shadow Forge a beacon of sustainability in Madripoor. Who says robots can't save the planet too? Future-proofing. We're investing in infrastructure that evolves with technology. For instance, modular walls and adaptive layouts mean tenants can reconfigure their spaces to meet the demands of tomorrow. It's like giving your building a built-in time machine minus the DeLorean. By ensuring the property stays at the forefront of technology and functionality, we keep tenants happy, our reputation golden, and our investors very, very confident. 15. What are the risks associated with your business and how do you plan to mitigate them? Risks. They're like Madripoor's weather, unpredictable but always something to plan for. Here's how we navigate the storm. Key risks and mitigations: market fluctuations. Economic cycles can make markets volatile, but our diversified tenant base and multi-industry applications are automotive, industrial, and even motorsports give us resilience. If one industry slows, another picks up the slack. It's like having multiple lifelines on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Technological disruption. In the robotics world, today's innovation can become tomorrow's nostalgia. But with our focus on R&D and partnerships like our collaboration with NVIDIA, we're the ones doing the disrupting. We don't follow trends, we create them. Regulatory challenges. Yes, Madripoor loves its surprises, but we've got a legal team sharper than a vibro blade. We actively engage regulators to stay ahead of compliance issues and make sure our operations are as seamless as a freshly oiled VR-098 Devastator. Risks are inevitable, but we don't just mitigate them, we turn them into opportunities. 16. What is your exit strategy for investors? The golden question: how do you make money, and when do you get it back? Let's talk about our exit strategy. It's not just an exit, it's a grand finale. 3 clear paths to victory. IPO. We're targeting an IPO by 2028. By then, our market share, product line, and brand dominance will make us the Tesla of robotics, except better, because our bots don't need to park themselves. Acquisition. Global tech giants are already knocking on our door. Companies like Google, Amazon, or even Madripoor's own tech juggernauts are always looking to acquire innovators like us. And trust me, our valuation will have them reaching deep into their pockets. Strategic partnerships. We're also considering long-term joint ventures with industrial leaders. This will ensure a steady flow of dividends for investors while retaining control of our groundbreaking IP. Think of it as the have your cake and eat it too strategy. So whether it's an IPO, acquisition, or partnership, our exit strategy is designed to maximize your returns. Because at Shadow Forge Dynamics, success isn't just a goal, it's our default setting. Closing remarks. To sum it up, we're raising rental income by creating unparalleled value, maintaining our fortress with tech-driven upgrades, managing risks like seasoned navigators, and delivering you a clear, lucrative exit. Shadow Forge Dynamics isn't just a business, it's the future. And we're inviting you to shape it with us. Now, let's toast to robots, returns, and the promise of Madripoor.